So do you guys remember the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix where basically half the field got killed coming off of La Source? Well, that's kind of what I'm expecting here, except we are at Monza with Group 1 cars, as Polyphony has decided to troll us once again by giving us one of the fastest cars on one of the most tightest hairpin in all of the game as our very first corner. And I'm expecting nobody to survive this first corner here into the first chicane. So let's see what happens here as we get our rolling start. 3, 2, 1, away we go, as we are starting right behind the Frenchman of Kev4 Games. Going right into the slipstream right here as we head into the deadly first chicane. Just expecting carnage right now as we look for our braking point right after 150 meter board. Brake right there as early as we can, and you can see right behind us things are starting to get jumbled up. One car goes off right into the gravel trap, and somehow for us we make it through actually alive, which is a very pleasant surprise. I was not expecting that, as we are now still running in P4. So amidst all the carnage that happened right behind us, you can see on the mini map, I think there's like 1 or 2 cars still stuck on the first chicane. We were able to make it through unscathed, and somehow we are here battling for a podium. So after a shocking first half of the lap, we are now starting to get pressured by the Frenchman of Macado. Oh geez, I cannot speak. As he gets on the inside of us into Lesmo 2, makes the overtake, and we try to get a really great run down here the straight as we head into Ascari for the first time. So into the slipstream, braking right before the 100 meter board. We just back out of the move, just wait for another opportunity. Don't have to push it too much, as this is a 12 lap race, and just follow right behind again in the slipstream, and just right around here as we now have about a 6-car breakaway. So things looking very positive for us. As long as we just stay within these 6 cars right here, maybe we can break it down to about half of this. I think we should be all right here with avoiding the carnage. But as we head down off of Parabolica down the straight, leading us to turn, not turn, but lap number 2. I'm just keeping an eye on the gap, managing where we're positioned at on the track, because we didn't want that Spaniard to go in hot and look for the overtake, as the Frenchman in third misses his braking point, goes a tad bit wide, makes contact with his fellow Frenchman, and we just get a tad bit tumbled up right there. As you can see, third place misses braking point, tries to get back onto the track, makes contact with Mikado. Mikado tried to get him back onto the track, hits us, and all that cluster right there has now allowed us to get into P4 and possibly go for an overtake on the outside of Curva Grande, leading us into the second chicane. So it's probably a breaking point once again on the inside of Kev. We just lose that position there as Kev goes a tad bit wide, and the Spaniard does too. But you can see right here that the Spaniard gets a half a second penalty, I believe, for corner cutting the second part of the chicane. And that's going to be beneficial towards us, because we're going to be able to easily overtake him once we hit the penalty zone right there. And you can see the speed difference as we are able to just go onto the right hand side, go onto the outside, easily go around the Spaniard. And now we are back into P number 4, our starting position basically. So we haven't gained anything, we haven't lost anything. And to be honest, with a Monza race with these cars, I'll take it for right now. But we definitely want to keep up with this Frenchman in third place, as we're now starting to get pressured by the Spaniard into Parabolica, and just keeping an eye on the radar, making sure that he's not doing any funny tricks here, as we are able to outbrake him into Parabolica. We're just going to try to see if we can get back into the slipstream of the Frenchman right here of Kev, going down into lap number 3. So it's still basically a 4-car breakaway, as the top 2 have just pulled away because of all our shenanigans we've been doing back here. But we're still not out of the realm of possibility of going for a win. We just have to keep working with these guys right here and not try to go for overtakes, which is something I don't think these guys will want to do. But if we can work together and just see if we can push each other, we can hopefully catch up to the top 2. As you can see, second place up in the distance has a penalty. So if they keep doing that, then all that's going to allow us to do is just catch up to them, and maybe we can fight for a win here. But again, these guys have different plans here, as we are trying to defend our position from the Spaniard. The Spaniard stays right behind us, luckily, but we gain a ton of time on Kev here in third place as we come out of a scar, and you can see that how close the gap is getting from us to Kev. So we're just trying to follow him here down the straight, because he's weaving left and right to try to break the toe, but it's not working in his favor, as we're still able to stay right behind in the slip, just abuse that additional power and just keep up with him right here. But as we come out of Parabolica into lap number 4, we're just falling right along here. We're getting really close, heading to the first chicanes. We're getting a ton of speed here, almost good enough to go for an overtake, but we just back out as we weren't close enough. We were almost there though. I think if we would have gained like maybe another 50 meters, we would have been close enough to go for that overtake. But right there, just a tad bit too far back. Didn't want to risk anything here, as again, we're just racing for a podium, and we still have 8 laps to go. If we accidentally take someone out or take ourselves out, it'd be very devastating, because we still have so much left of racing. As second place, once again, either didn't serve his penalty on the last lap or gets another one, as third place of Kev goes wide and heads straight into the gravel track. You can see right here on the replay, just missed his exit, goes a tad bit wide because of the wheel spin. We have to take evasive action due to that, and we lose a ton of time going to the right hand side, as the Spaniard gets a really great run off of the chicane and is able to easily make the overtake, heading before a Lesmo 1, and that is a really ballsy move right there. I was not expecting the Spaniard to go for that move right there into Lesmo 1, but I guess if you have someone slowing down in front trying to take evasive action, it's probably easy to do that. But we're gonna try to combat him back as we go back into the first chicane right here, and we attempted to take a little peek onto the inside, but just again too far back to try to go for the overtake. We have to make it clear that we're going to be alongside him into one of these corners if we want to go for that overtake. If not, it's just you know, it could lead to some really bad contact right there, and one of us can go get taken out there. As we attempt to look into the inside once again into the second chicane, but again just way too far back, and we just have to look for a better spot to go for the overtake. But as we come out of Lesmo 1 into Lesmo 2, you can see that the Spaniard is getting a little bit better traction, or better straight line speed, as he's just able to just stretch the gap here, pull away, and now jump into lap number 6. The gap is starting to build up here, as it was about 3/10, but now it is turning into about an entire second. But luckily, the third place cuts the chicane, and that is a half a second penalty for him. So once we cross the penalty zone, we're going to catch up just a tad bit. Not sure if it's going to be enough to get into the slip, but we're going to be able to close the gap right here. See 6/10, 5/10, 4/10, 3/10. So we are definitely in the slip, but just too far back again to make the overtake. And I think that was my issue right here, is that I was just being a little bit too lenient with giving people space. I think I should have been a little bit more aggressive and just pushed a little bit more to close the gap and try to make the overtake, and just maybe get on the brakes a tad bit later than these guys. But jumping into lap number 9, we still have about 3-4 laps left in this race, and the gap is just growing and growing, as it now has turned from about half a second to about 1.3 seconds. And this is exactly what we didn't need to happen, as we are out of the slip for him. Luckily, the Italian right behind us is about 5.5 seconds away, so we don't have to worry about him. We just have to worry about catching him to the Spaniard up ahead. But luck comes in our direction once again, as the Spaniard has to serve another half a second penalty. I'm telling you, that second chicane, that second corner, is just killing that Spaniard. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th time he's gotten that penalty there. And we are able to close the gap once again, as he goes a tad bit wide actually off of Lesmo 2. And you know that, heading into Ascari, we are now right back in his rear bumper, as we have 3 laps to go. So can we go for the overtake heading to Parabolica, as we get a really bad exit off of Ascari? Just throwing away all these chances. I'm telling you guys, every single time I got close to the Spaniard, it's just threw away my chances, just by accidentally making a mistake, not going for the move, or just something in my favor just would not go in my favor. You know what I mean? But as we come out of Parabolica, we're still in the slip, so I'm not too worried here. We're getting closer and closer. Gap was almost about 7/10, as we are now closing it down to 4/10. Is exactly what we needed, especially with 3 laps to go here in this race. Brake as late as we can right after the 150 meter board, and the Spaniard gets kind of a better exit, but we get a really bad one as we head straight into the dirt, and that wheel spin just absolutely hurted us as we dropped about 4/10 away from the Spaniard. We're now out of the slip, so just shooting ourselves in the foot. That's all the race kept happening, or that's all we kept doing in the race basically, is we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. Got close enough to make the overtake, got close enough to get that podium position, but we just could not take advantage of it. But we do have 1 lap left. Did we learn our lessons those those first 11 laps? As we have 1 lap left here, the final lap into the first chicane. Brake as late as we can, making sure that we don't get too early on the power and avoid hitting that gravel trap. And there we go, we get a really great exit there as we are still in the slip of the Spaniard. It's about 6/10 right there, 5/10 now. It's closing and closing as we head into the second chicane. Spotting a braking point right before the 100-meter board. Brake perfectly right there as we get a really great entrance and an exit. And we're still within that half a second delta of P3. It's just looking into making sure that we hit all our marks as the Spaniard goes a tad bit wide into Lesmo 1. We try to get a great exit onto Lesmo 2, and we do get a good entrance, but the exit just kills us, and the Spaniard is able to just pull away here as the gap is now turning from half a second to about a full second now as we head into Ascari once again. So final time into Ascari, just didn't have enough juice to keep up with the Spaniard and to make the overtake, and due to that, we're most likely gonna come home in 4th place. But I forgot to let you guys know, in this race I was accidentally talking to the chat during the live stream, and I just completely missed my braking point, and we went straight into the, well, we would have gone straight into the barriers, but luckily GT Sport ghosted us, got back onto the racetrack, and we almost lost our 4th place position as the Italian probably thought it was Christmas. Almost got us right there, heading down the straight into the start finish line, and luckily we were able to hold off at 14th or 4th position, only 2/10 away from the Italian. So riding along with the Italian right here, I'm pretty sure he was just very confused as I was, as he just saw me just go straight into the gravel trap. But he almost got that 4th place position, and I'm pretty sure that he was very, very happy until he got to the start finish line, and then he realized that he wasn't able to get it. But yeah, 4th place position right here around the dreaded Monza in this Group 1 car. And again, just very, very fortunate that we didn't get involved in any carnage, but I really wanted to get that 3rd place position. Hey, at least we didn't gain anything, we didn't lose anything, and I'll come home with a 4th, especially after that terrible mistake on the final time into Parabolica. But let me know how you guys are doing in the comments down below. I know I've had a lot of fun with this race. I'm not sure if you guys have. I know it could be different about where you start off on the track, if you're having fun or not. But leave it in the comments down below, and if you guys really enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button. It really helps the channel when you guys do so. If you guys want to follow me on Discord, on the Twitters, or even on Instagram, all of those are in the links in the description. So again, since you guys made it to the end, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Peace.